Quite simply, Robbie Mustoe, they're a class apart.
They're a class apart, from the manager to the players to the subs to everything they're doing now. They've been here before, course and distance. They've faced the best challenges of others in this league, of course, notably Liverpool. Even Pep in his pre-match press conference was just like another game for him. And you've got to say, Arsenal just run out of steam. They've run out of steam now. Last few matches today, you know, there was a big mismatch in quality today. And you can talk about City and the finances that's enabled them to produce a squad that's so good. I mean, so good. The subs coming into the game, Alvarez, Mahrez and Phil Foden. I mean, it was just too much for Arsenal today.
Could Arsenal have done more?
Of course they could, and they'll look at video and they'll talk about it. But to be honest, watching it, Rebecca, with our eyes, from minute 1 through to minute 90-odd, City were better. And I thought title know-how beat title novices. On the day, they knew what was required. And Pep Guardiola deserves so much credit for what he's doing at this football club. Robbie's mentioned that he's got the finance. Chelsea got plenty of finance. They're sitting in the bottom half of the table. But in terms of what he's done, how he does it, continually with this team, we've not seen the likes in the Premier League of a team who can dismantle the opposition in the way they did. Inverted fullbacks, what was that? You know, false nines, what was that? He goes with a full 9 now with Haaland, still shows he can do it again, Rebecca. And this year's title would seem to be about either Arsenal winning it or Arsenal blowing it. And he didn't give enough credit to Manchester City, who've now closed that gap and are now in the position they want to be.
And they have such a real chance to win the treble if they can negotiate Real Madrid in the semi-finals of the Champions League and, of course, Manchester United in the FA Cup final. Both of those games will be in June. Where does this Man City team stand for you over the past 10 years of City teams? We've seen some good ones.
We have, but this has to be right up there, in my opinion. And we'll see what happens with Real Madrid. That's an incredibly difficult tie over 2 legs to beat them, the champions. But I think Man City now look as good as they've ever looked. And I think as long as Pep Guardiola is manager of this football club, it's going to be hard for everybody else. It just is. Simple tactical switch today. And Arteta couldn't really adjust to it, had no answers for it. They dominate this game, they dominate, and he also has the knack of getting his players in the perfect mental state, physical state. Just one injury again. They never get injuries as well, this football club. They rotate so much. And he gets, you know, I think they'd lost like 3 or 4 games pretty early. And I'm like, maybe they're going to lose too many games. And then they go on an incredible run and look super strong at this point in the season.
The one thing that you would say with Pep's teams is, like, as a group and collectively, they're all in good nick. But I won't mention one player, and it's Kevin De Bruyne, Rebecca, who probably doesn't like this style. I heard him this week saying it's a normal game, we'll have normal preparation, we'll do it the normal way. There's something normal about Kevin De Bruyne that's reassuring. He hasn't got the haircuts and the tattoos and the style. But he's a unique, exceptional footballer who was a difference maker today. 2 goals and assists, dominated the game, tore the midfield of Arsenal apart with his intelligent movement. You have to say that Pep and this group have timed it to perfection.
Where do Arsenal go from here?
Well, yeah, in terms of this season, try and regain that confidence and try and get back on the front foot and try and win some games again. You know, we'll spend a longer time talking about Arsenal, but they've made huge leaps this season. But right now, they haven't got the tools to compete with Man City. They've gone really, really close, and they're 16 points, I think, ahead of anybody else. So they've had a great season, but when it really mattered, they haven't quite got the same talent, experience, mental toughness, and just being there before. The young players will grow. They need to add to it. But, of course, you know, they've got to take pride in what they've done this year.
Just quickly, Rob, what I would say is there was an appreciation from the Arsenal fans in the Etihad tonight. You heard them singing, Rebecca, when it was at 3-1.
They're all in.
They're all in, and they know this team's given its best. They've just not been good enough.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.